Hey everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Today is Monday, October 21st, 2019, and we are here with yet another Monday mystery game, this time number 737 going on the arcade floor. Excited for this one. It's been, thank you everybody who's here. We've got a few things we have to cover first. Last week we put up number 736, which was Dark Adventure. Start of that Halloween season is upon us, so Dark Adventure seemed to fit right along with that. Released from Konami back in 1987. We've got it in its proper cabinet, 3-player. Very rare. Was very happy to get that up and running. And we had, let's see, first place score went to Jeff Lucas, who gets 3 big points for the 10X championship. Followed by Larry Brocky, who gets 2 points. And last, Chris Plackey, former Game of the Year Chris Plackey, gets 1 point. So your current 10X championship standings are Larry Brocky in first place with 24 points. Former Game of the Year Jamie Tibbetts right there, 20 points. And then also former Game of the Year Pete Gores right in with 17 points. It's still anybody's match. People can come in, again, who's going to win this one? Who knows? We're going to find out very soon. Each week it moves a little bit closer. That belt that is currently held by your current 10X champion, James White. Will he be able to keep up? Will he come back? Will he come out of nowhere? I don't. We'll see. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We are going on with our Arcade Wars tournament with a 1UP arcade out in Brisbane. Those guys out in Australia chose this month. Great game. We've got, is it 3 wins? We've got 3 wins in a row. This month the game is Blazing Star. Awesome shmup on the Neo Geo hardware. We've only got 1 score in. And the scores are set by who the top 3 scores all get averaged out, and which either we have the top average score or those guys out in Brisbane get the top score. Who's going to win it? We've only got 1 score. They could just be destroying us. We need people to play Blazing Star, so come on in for that. We hope we can make it 4 in a row. I don't think that's been accomplished yet. I think 3 is the most, right? So let's see if we can't take a 4th. Those guys are so good. Those guys, they're so good. So we will see who wins this month's high score run on Blazing Star. This last weekend, since about Wednesday, Pinball Expo started. Awesome show out in Wheeling. It was the 35th annual Pinball Expo show. Man, it was so awesome. So cool to hang out with so many people. It's Rob Burke's show. He puts on an amazing show every year. Huge thanks to him for having us out there, and what a great show. We brought 24 games from the arcade floor. We had a lot of fun putting out a new game that is not available here at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. And it won't be. If you didn't catch us at Pinball Expo, you're not going to play this game for, who knows how long, at least a month, because there is no room in this place for it. So maybe when the expansion opens, it'll go in there. Maybe not, because that expansion is going to go quick. But people loved it. It was Namco's Armadillo Racing. Check it out. 2-player setup, original dedicated cabinet with that really awesome topper with the armadillo heads. Great trackball game, kind of in the vein of Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, Marble Madness, Monkey Ball. A little bit like that. 2 different. There's a racing section, an obstacle course. Tons of fun. Everybody seemed to really enjoy it. Great game. Can't wait for everybody to get to play it, because how unfortunate if you didn't play it at Pinball Expo. You really missed out. So make sure when we're going out to these shows, we're going to try to bring stuff that you can't play here. So make sure you're following us and catching us at the shows, because you're going to play stuff that you're not going to be able to play anywhere else. We have a couple of things. We had a tournament there, a 7-game tournament. Really awesome. Thank you to everybody that competed in the tournament. We had one of our championship belts, a Pinball Expo 2019 championship belt that was taken home by D. Alex. Blonde Bunny walked away with it for the 2nd year in the row. That guy's covered in belts now, wearing his bunny hat and everything, his giant bunny mask. Craziness. What a great tournament. Great competition. So happy everybody had fun at that, or most everybody had fun at it, I guess. But we will be back at Pinball Expo. I'm pretty sure we'll be there next year. Got to talk to Rob on that, but I think there's already a date for it. And, just seeing everybody, so many people we have to say thanks to. Todd Tuckey from TNT Amusement. Those guys are so awesome. His whole crew is so cool. Great time talking with them. We had Troy Smith was there. We get so many great games from Troy, and he brought this outrageously rare Krull for everybody to enjoy. And I think there was 10 or 12 of those made back in the day. A few have fallen off trucks and have been destroyed and are just gone. So to see one in such pristine condition and to have Troy he could probably have sold it weeks ago, but he wanted to bring it out, let everybody at the show play it and enjoy it. So generous and such a great part of the community. So huge thanks to Troy Smith for that and all he does for this industry. So many other people. Brandon was there. Todd Friedman was there. So cool to get to chat with them. Lonnie McDonald from the International Video Game Hall of Fame came out. Great chatting with him. So many of the arcade. James Zesby was there. Jeremy Fox of Prince Arcades. James Zesby of Logan Arcade. Who else? Dan Kramer was there as well. Very cool, coming up from Select Arcade. So many industry people there. Steve and Mark Ritchie. John Hay was there. Got to talk with him. Just all the guys from Stern. So much fun. If you didn't get to go this year, don't miss another one of those because there's so many people to talk to, so many rare games. It is a great event, and we love being a part of it, and it's such a great time. Huge thanks to Pete Hahn. Huge thanks to Tom and Jeremiah and Sam and everybody, the Diaz brothers that helped load up all the games and get everything there. And what a great event. And again, can't wait until next year for that. So we ran a tournament at the show. We have 2 tournaments starting today. It is the start of American Horror Scoring, our annual tournament in horror-themed games that we've run it. This is the 6th. So we're doing 2, one here at the arcade and one down at Galloping Ghost Pinball. So the first Halloween for Galloping Ghost Pinball, so why not start a great pinball tournament down there as well? On the arcade side, your games. We haven't even announced this yet, so we haven't posted about it. So the games for the tournament, they will be tracked on Orcade. So if you check out Orcade, and you'll see the post up there for that very soon. Your games on the arcade side are going to be Death Smiles, great cave shmup, Zombie Raid, awesome light gun game. So our very own Spectre Files, the Death Stalkers, released from Game Refuge. The legend, Brian Colin, his lost 1984 Laserdisc game. We teamed up with Game Refuge, and it is here. That's in the tournament. Then we also have Haunted Castle, the arcade Castlevania game, Aliens, released from Konami, and Satan's Hollow. So those are your games for the arcade side. Down at Pinball, you've got Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Elvira's Scared Stiff, Monster Bash, Haunted House, and The Munsters. So those are your 6 pinball games. Those are your 6 arcade games for this year's dual American Horror Scoring Tournament. So make sure, free to compete once you just the regular admission price. There's going to be some cool prizes. Of course, this is a tournament, so this is the stuff we look for. If you want to be in contention for Gamer of the Year, you better be playing in these tournaments because this is how we see how everybody stacks up. So on the scoring side. So make sure if you can be a part of it. American Horror Scoring down here at Galloping Ghost Arcade and at Galloping Ghost Pinball. Continuing with events that we have going on tomorrow down at Galloping Ghost Pinball, we have Butch Patrick, who played Eddie Munster from the original TV show from the 60s, is going to be down at Galloping Ghost Pinball. He's going to be playing some Munsters pinball. He'll be signing autographs. I think autographs are $20 each, and selfies are free. So come hang out and play pinball with Eddie Munster tomorrow. He'll be there at 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. Going to be a lot of fun. We got a chance to hang out, and we met him down at Midwest Gaming Classic, and it was such a cool guy, so many stories. So meet us tomorrow at Pinball for Butch Patrick, TV's Eddie Munster. And it should be a really fun time. Don't miss it. Great Halloween event. Perfect timing how everything worked out. On Wednesday, we've got the return of the Galloping Ghost Arcade podcast. We are going to be, me and former Game of the Year Pete Hahn will be interviewing Paul Niemeyer, who he did artwork for so many Bally Midway games back in the day. We're going to be asking him questions about games. He worked on Satan's Hollow. He worked on Wacko. He's the guy that came up with the artwork for Mortal Kombat, for the cabinet artwork. We've seen prototype artwork from him from Tapper, and he's got so many great stories. It's such an amazing, just so many stories and so much history, and we're very anxious to talk with Paul. We've had him out to the arcade a couple of times. Always a great time talking with him, so very anxious to have him out here. And tune in at 5 p.m.? No, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. tomorrow for the Galloping Ghost podcast. No, Wednesday. That's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Butch Patrick. Then Wednesday is the podcast. So many things going on. Thursday, you get to take a breath. And then Friday, be back at Galloping Ghost Pinball for a Friday mystery game. Our 40th going on the arcade floor, or on the pinball floor. Very excited for that. We just put out, not this last Friday, but the Friday before, we put out Elvira's House of Horrors. So very cool to be putting up another new pinball so quickly. Going to be a lot of fun and very excited for that as well. So join us Friday. Come on out. It'll be there from now on, and definitely anxious to see what everybody does on that. Following that, our next event is going to be on Halloween, which is going to be a Flip Frenzy tournament. We're going to be making a post on that soon, which very excited for that. The last Flip Frenzies have just been ridiculous. So we're excited for this one, especially with all the new machines. So and a huge shout-outs to Ken Walker and Greg Omanis for their help in keeping all the machines up and running. They were out at Pinball Expo as well, talking to everybody. So a lot of fun there, and very excited for this Flip Frenzy that'll be coming up. What else do we have to cover? Oh, I have to take a moment. Can we move the camera over there and show? So I'm putting a call out. We've been collecting these gum ghosts that scream no gum here at the arcade. So every Halloween, I drive around in my wonderful girlfriend Danielle, drive around and scour the town looking for these gum ghosts that people put out as decorations, and then we go up on the door and see if maybe whoever's in there will sell it to us. So if you see any of these crazy gum ghosts, we'd really appreciate the heads up as to where they are. We'll post a picture of them on Facebook tomorrow. Don't steal them by any means, but we'll give you something if you give us a lead for one of the gum ghosts. We need a bunch down at Pinball, so let us know. I don't want to take any of the ones here that are helping spread the word that there's no gum at the arcade. So we have a very special guest here today who I am anxious to bring up. We have Anonymous. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for being here. We owe you so much, and the stream owes you so much. Like, you were the guy that helped us figure out our direct capture setup. I know Pete reached out to you, and thank you so much for everything. You have helped make the show even better, and so awesome that you've traveled in and are here for a Monday Mystery. So thank you so much, man. What do you think so far?
Dude, it's all Pete on. I just pointed him in the right direction, but I do appreciate the shout out every single time. And yeah, I have more equipment for you guys to get. We'll get you hooked up on the pinball, that 60 FPS pinball. Like, I know how to do it. You guys just, and you have the place to do it at. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for Anonymous, the master of streaming. Thank you. So cool, so cool. He's always here in the stream chat. He's here today. If you're out there in the stream chat and you're coming in, let us know. Maybe we'll have you up here on the big show, if you're cool. Now, I think it's time to bring somebody who's pretty cool up. Let's summon forth former Game of the Year, to help unveil today's Monday mystery game. Pete Hahn. Love it. Tim C, DJ, Rap Sheet, everybody. Twitch 6000, so cool. Pete, how was the weekend?
Thanks, Doc. So the weekend was great. The Pinball Expo tournament was a lot of fun. It was great to be out there, seeing everyone antics, everyone tear at each other to get some high scores. But I wanted to give a special shout out to Lonnie McDonald, who was there, and he brought the trading cards that were issued for the Hall of Fame induction, and he brought our banners, and it was really nice of him to come out, took some pictures with us, and thank you, Lonnie. That was much appreciated. If you don't know Lonnie, he's a master of Joust. He came in and did a really nice stream for us, but he basically can play it as long as he wants. So other than that, that's all I had for the weekend. Great turnout at the tournament. Hope to see more people there next year at the tournament, though.
Absolutely, yes. A huge thanks to Lonnie. Huge thanks to Lumbo, too. Lumbo and his wife made it out. Very cool. Todd Friedman. Great talking with Todd. Oh, who am I forgetting? We had 6 guests in from Japan. Yoshi and Masaki, and those guys are so cool. And huge thanks for them. Such an honor to have them here at the arcade, and they travel in every year, sometimes twice. But so cool to have our friends in from Japan. Always an honor to have them out here. I love seeing their reactions to all the new games and the growth of the arcade. So thank you to them for coming out, and see them next time they are here. So, all right, it is time, number 737. Pete, I don't know if I can get my leg over that cord. The other game. Is it pinched? I say we just throw this thing off. All right, number 737. It is Ikari 3: The Rescue. All right. Released from SNK back in 1989. This is an original dedicated cabinet, original sticks, original everything. Bezel, when we got this cabinet, it had the artwork on it. We had to recreate the control panel art down at Galloping Ghost Reproductions. Huge thanks to Jim and Brandon for doing that. We remade the marquee as well. Bezel was actually flipped around. This was Area 51 when we received it. And they had spray painted the bezel black and put guns mounts on it. Took it all back. The original artwork was there. So happy that it was there. It was funny because about a week after we got the cabinet, we got another original Ikari 3 cabinet, which I forget what we converted that one to. But Ikari 3: The Rescue, released from SNK. Who are we bringing up first? Bulldog. He's ready to go. This game, the last of our T20 games. This made it to T20. Now we've put out everything. Every game that was at T20 is now on the arcade floor. So those people that have been guessing T20 games, now you're out of luck. You're going to have to come up with some guesses from what you think might be in the vaults. And let me tell you, you don't know what's in the vaults. You just don't know. James White. Calling in. Can't take that call right now, James. Call on the regular landline. Rap Sheet saying this was the least popular of the series. Well, those other two were ridiculously well known. Pete Gore's showing up. That's like saying Mappy was more popular than Hopping Mappy, but nobody was able to even play Hopping Mappy. Definitely different gameplay, huge characters in comparison to the other Akari games. Stephen Lucas, your college had it. Well, now next time you're here, you can play it. This game is tough. 4,600 points for Bulldog. It is tough.
It's tougher than playing on the old NES.
Definitely. Who's up next? Anonymous stepping up. Anonymous, have you played Akari 3 The Rescue?
I've never played it, no.
Never.
Just the NES, the port.
All right. It's got the rotary sticks, but it's different. It is different. XLoadRX, thank you for being here. DJ saying, come on, Rambo. For those just joining us, your Monday mystery game is Akari 3 The Rescue, released from SNK back in 1989. Those rotary sticks. Actually, you know what? This wasn't an Area 51 when we got it. It was a Primal Rage when we got it. Thinking back. USC president asking, let's see a speed run. Anonymous using that jump kick. They're throwing barrels at him now. Just giant exploding oil drums. I hear the crowd talking about Eddie Munster being at Galloping Ghost Pinball on Tuesday. Butch Patrick will be here. Will he be in his original shorts, his costume? I don't know. That will determine whether we stream or don't stream, I guess. $7,000 points. He gets that knife, long range now. Those guys trying to grab you. I have nightmares. Stephen Lucas coming at me like that. I didn't know what to expect. Punch to the back of the head. That guy was, I don't know what he was doing. Who trained this army? 8,000 points. Wow. What did you think?
It's great. It's just, you have to learn how to play the game.
Tough?
Very tough.
Well, we'll see. We'll see who, former Game of the Year, Jamie Tibbetts, shaking his head, trying to contain himself, the excitement. He's... Jamie Tibbetts being dropped off from his helicopter in the water. Todd asking if we're going to be streaming the Butch Patrick, yes, we will. Talnova, Awesome Akari Warriors. This is Akari 3, The Rescue, released from SNK back in 1989 in an original dedicated cabinet. So we've got the trilogy. Love getting the trilogies. Tough game. Tibbetts has had a little experience with this game at T20, but Anonymous wondering if that jump kick is OP. Oh, those grenades are certainly OP. They can just hold you in place while the grenades blow up. Wow, that was close. Tibbetts 42 miles away. That one guy's a maniac, just jump kicking everywhere. Tibbetts, 4,800 points. Tibbetts can't contain himself. Well, I don't know if we can even get a word.
Oh, I got a couple words. I'll save them.
Who's going up next? Thank you so much. That will wrap up our Facebook stream. Jump over to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Galloping Ghost Arcade. Again, your Monday mystery game, Akari 3, The Rescue, released from SNK back in 1989. Continue the live stream over on twitch.tv/Galloping Ghost Arcade. Don't forget tomorrow, Butch Patrick at Galloping Ghost Pinball. Don't forget Wednesday, Galloping Ghost Podcast. And don't forget Friday we're Friday Mystery Game. And then we will see you right back here, 5 p.m. Central Time, for next week's Monday Mystery Game. Very excited for it. Thanks to everybody. This is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and we hope to see you around the arcade soon.